Thanks for joining us here on the Conference USA Tip-Off Show. We're pleased to be joined by Western Kentucky, the Hilltoppers. Finished 6th in Conference USA last season, 17-16. The big news, Steve Lutz, new head coach at Western Kentucky, will enter his first year. Please be joined by Dante Allen, second-year player. He's the Kentucky transfer. Welcome. First-year head coach, what was your first priority?
Number one was securing the roster that we currently had. Obviously, Coach Stansbury had some really good talent there. And so just like with any time you come into a new situation, you want to keep the guys that are there that want to be there. And fortunately for me, I was able to retain Dante and Christian Lander and Tyrone Marshall and Falou Jean. So I was able to retain some good talent.
What was the pitch to those guys? What did you say? How did you introduce yourself?
Man, I don't know, to be honest with you. It was such a whirlwind. I think we had a meeting maybe the night of after the press conference. And, you know, I'm a fairly easygoing guy. I don't take myself too seriously. And I just said, hey, guys, it's a tough time in college basketball. We have a transfer portal, and you have a chance to stay or you have a chance to go. I'd love to keep each and every one of you if you're a fit for us and for the program and those sorts of things moving forward. But it's not always, you know, the right place for each individual. So I kind of gave them the door to the opening to stay, but I also gave them the opportunity if I wasn't the type of fit for them or the type of coach for them to leave. So luckily I was able to keep the right ones.
How would you describe your coaching style and what kind of play can we expect to see out of Western Kentucky this year?
Well, I mean, in the 2 years that I've been a head coach, we've been a very aggressive team defensively, in turnovers, rates forced. We've also led the league in scoring and have been in the top 40-50 in terms of tempo. So we're going to play fast offensively, but a lot of our offense hopefully will be created through good defense. And, you know, if we can score in the first 12 seconds of the shot clock, that's what we're trying to do. But then after that, we're going to take the first good shot that we can get. And, you know, every time down the floor, obviously trying to secure the basketball and take care of it and then get a good shot.
Okay, so when you come in, you secure some of the returners, and then you go the transfer portal, high school route. What's the key to filling out the rest of the roster?
I don't have an answer for you there. We tried to get the best players that fit our program, and we're going to fit what we were about and how we wanted to play, and we're good people. We obviously took a mix of Division I transfers. We took 3 junior college players and 1 high school player. So we brought in 9 new scholarship players, which is, you know, I don't want to say unheard of because as the transfer portal continues to unfold, that's going to be more and more common. But, you know, luckily for us, we feel like we've got the right people in our program at this point.
With 9 new faces, how have you gotten guys to gel so far?
That's man, Dante will tell you, that's a daily task and a daily project. I don't know that I don't know that we have gelled yet. I think that we have some good natural talent, but are we the best team that we can be? I definitely do not think so, you know, today. But that's our quest, right, is to become a good team because, you know, not only do you have to have a requisite amount of talent, but you also have to have the best team, and we've got some growth there.
Okay, Dante, we'll bring you in here. Spent 3 years at Kentucky. This is now your second year at Western Kentucky. What have you seen with so many new faces now on the roster?
You know, I think the biggest thing is just like, you know, at first, like everybody comes in during the summer and our main goal is to, you know what, to just get familiar with each other, you know what I mean? And then you go into, okay, how can we bring this together on the court? So I think for us during the summer, and then, you know, the squad that Coach Lutz put together, we all got together immediately just off the floor. And, you know, even now, like, we're kind of in that process, you know what I mean? We're getting it all together.
How have you seen it play out on the floor? Because a lot of times guys get to know each other to figure out how do I get them in the right spot, or where does he like to shoot, or defensively. What have you seen on the court?
Yeah, no, I think as far as on the court, I think it's like, you know, since we know each other off the court, knowing, going out on the court, you know, and everybody has certain talents, everybody has certain abilities, but when you know a guy and you know what they're about, you know what, you saying something to someone, they don't take it personal. They're like, okay, like this is going to help our team, this is going to help us get better.
That's big, okay. Also coming up for you big, December. Graduation day?
Yes, sir.
Tell me what degree you're graduating with and why it's going to mean so much for you.
You know, I got a sports marketing degree. When I first came to school, I was sports communication. But I felt like sports marketing just kind of go. I'm better with media, so I felt like that would help me a lot better.
You also are a golfer off the court.
That's a loose term, I think, for all of us. But
That's okay. Everyone needs something off the floor.
Yeah. No, I golf a little bit. I think it's more of everybody like my main focus is basketball, but at the end of the day, I like to go golf, and it just kind of gets my mind. It calms my mind. It calms me. It allows me to get into a place, where it's still competitive, but I can also have fun with it.
Who is the best golfer on the team?
Best golfer, I'd say it's either me or Jack.
Okay.
Yo, either me or
Would
Jack.
you play him heads up?
I might find out I'm the worst if I play him heads up.
I've been with Jack. You can hold your own. Jack's pretty good, but you can get in his head. He's just a freshman. You got it.
He is just a
You got
freshman.
it.
I might have to find out.
I like it. All right, we'll bring it back to basketball. What are some of the goals you've set for this team this year?
I think my biggest goal, and it's kind of bland, but I just want everybody to be able to play their best. Everybody to do well for themselves, be proud of what they're doing. Because if we can do that, and everybody gives their all every single day, then we're going to be right where we want to be at the end of the season.
All right.
And that's winning a conference tournament and going to March Madness.
I like it. Coach
Winning
Lutz,
games.
we're going to put the schedule up on the big screen. Walk us through it.
Well, we start off at home with Kentucky Wesleyan. We inherited a lot of contracts from the previous staff, so we're going to start with Kentucky Wesleyan at home, and then obviously we've got to turn around right after that and go to Wichita State. And obviously Wichita State's a great program, a very storied program, so we'll have our hands, full right off the bat.
What are some other key non-conference games
Yeah,
you're looking at?
we've got to go to Wright State, which I think will be one of the best mid-majors in the country. We're at Murray State, which has always been a great rivalry with Western Kentucky. We're at Buffalo. We're at Cal Baptist as part of the WAC Challenge. So we certainly got our hands full in terms of our non-conference road schedule. Moving forward, we obviously would like to have more home games and better home games, that the fans are really attracted to. But in year one, I think that we'll have a much more challenging schedule than people might think right off the bat by looking at the names.
I like it. I'm interested to see how soon you guys can gel. The 9 new faces. I'm going to keep my eye on Western Kentucky. I think big things are coming out of you guys this year. We appreciate Coach Lutz and Dante Allen for joining us.